All right, so get this. We're diving into the world of Ratan Tata today based on this motivational video in Hindi about him. And oh my gosh, translating it has been a journey, let me tell you. It's like uncovering this hidden treasure of leadership lessons and just fascinating life experiences. Ever wonder what it takes to lead a company like Tata or to build a legacy that goes way beyond profits? Well, that's exactly what we're going to explore today.
You know what's really striking to me, even without understanding the language, is how much this video reveals about the experiences that shaped Tata's character. It's not your typical rags to riches story. It's much more nuanced.
Yeah, totally. And for those who might not know, Ratan Tata is this iconic Indian industrialist, philanthropist, best known for leading the huge Tata Group. But his story goes so much deeper than, just boardrooms and balance sheets. The video really highlights his upbringing, and it wasn't always easy.
It's really fascinating how his parents' separation and being raised by his grandmother played a role. Imagine having to make your own toys as a kid from scrap materials. That kind of resourcefulness must have instilled a sense of resilience and creativity early on that probably served him really well later in life.
That makes me think about how we often underestimate the impact of those early challenges. It's like those experiences were preparing him for the bigger hurdles he'd face later, like when he faced some pretty blatant discrimination while studying at Cornell.
Oh yeah, being evicted from housing just because of his Indian heritage. That must have been a harsh reality check. It makes you wonder if those experiences fueled his empathy and later focus on social causes. Adversity shapes character, and in Tata's case, it seems to have fostered a deep understanding of human struggles.
Okay, so let's fast forward to 1991 when Tata takes charge of the Tata Group. India's economy was in a tough spot, and the company needed a serious shakeup. Not exactly an ideal situation to inherit.
Not at all. The video really emphasizes the immense pressure he was under to modernize this massive legacy-bound company. You have to remember the Tata Group wasn't just any company. It was deeply connected to India's identity and economic landscape. Making big changes was a huge risk.
And he didn't shy away from those risks at all, selling off underperforming businesses, investing in new ventures. Those were bold moves that probably ruffled some feathers.
Oh, absolutely. He challenged the status quo and went against traditional business practices. Imagine the pushback he must have gotten from those who were comfortable with the old ways. But here's the fascinating part. Those decisions, while risky, ultimately set the stage for the Tata Group's future success. It's a lesson in trusting your vision, even when others have doubts.
It really makes you think about the tough calls we face in our own lives, right? Have you ever had to make a decision that went against the grain, even when people questioned you? Tata's story shows us that those leaps of faith can lead to amazing outcomes.
Yeah, it's true. Sometimes the path to success isn't a straight line. It takes calculated risks and having the courage to challenge conventional wisdom.
Speaking of taking risks, the video touches upon the story of the Tata Indica car. Remember when it first launched and sales were a bit slow? They even show a clip from a meeting where someone asks, "Sir, who's selling this car?"
And Tata's response, "I'll sell it myself." He went out to dealerships and personally promoted the car. Talk about leading by example. It shows a real commitment to his product and his company, and a willingness to just roll up his sleeves and get things done. It also reveals a certain humility. A billionaire CEO out there selling cars, not your typical image of a corporate executive.
Totally. It's so refreshing to see that level of dedication and humility, especially from someone in his position.
Yeah.
But it also highlights his innovative spirit.
And that innovative spirit was in full force with the Tata Nano, his dream project to create an affordable car for Indian families. It faced some practical challenges and didn't achieve everything he envisioned, but it still showcased his commitment to making a difference in people's lives.
It's a reminder that not every ambitious idea will be a perfect success story, but the pursuit itself can be just as valuable. The Nano, even with its challenges, made a statement. It pushed the boundaries of what was possible in the auto industry and sparked a conversation about accessibility and innovation. What's a dream project you've pursued, even if it didn't turn out exactly as planned?
That's a really good question. I think Tata's story teaches us that it's not always about reaching the finish line perfectly. It's about having the guts to chase those ambitious goals, learn from the setbacks, and keep pushing forward.
So true. It's that spirit of perseverance that makes his story so inspiring. And speaking of inspiring, let's shift gears and talk about a side of Ratan Tata that truly sets him apart, his incredible philanthropy and deep-rooted values. This is where his legacy truly shines.
Absolutely. The video really emphasizes his decision to donate a whopping 65% of his wealth to the Tata Trusts. That's a testament to his belief that true success goes beyond just personal gain. It's about uplifting communities, addressing social issues, and leaving a lasting positive mark on the world.
And it wasn't just about the money either. They share this incredibly moving story about his response to the 26/11 Mumbai terror attacks. He didn't just write a check. He personally visited victims' families, comforted a widow, and offered genuine support during an unimaginable tragedy.
That says so much about his empathy and his commitment to standing with those in need. It goes beyond philanthropy. It's about human connection and compassion.
It really makes you think about how we can all make a difference, even in our own small ways. It's about aligning our actions with our values and using whatever resources we have to contribute to a better world. So let's dive deeper into this idea of values. The video highlights the stark contrast between Tata's immense wealth and his surprisingly simple lifestyle.
Yeah, it's almost paradoxical, isn't it?
Yeah.
Living in a modest two-bedroom flat, waiting for taxis at the airport despite being a billionaire. It challenges our usual ideas of success and reminds us that material possessions don't define true wealth.
And there's this quote from him that I just love. Money is not meant to be shown off, but to make a difference. It perfectly captures his philosophy and how he lived his life.
It's a powerful message, especially in today's world where we're constantly bombarded with images of extravagant lifestyles and material wealth. Tata's story is a reminder that true fulfillment comes from aligning our actions with our values and using our resources to create positive change. So this begs the question, how do you define success and what values guide your own actions?
It's a question worth reflecting on as we continue to explore Ratan Tata's incredible life and legacy in the next part of our deep dive. Stay tuned! As we dig deeper into this video on Ratan Tata, you know what stands out to me? It's how his vision went beyond just, the bottom line. He seemed to truly believe that business could be a force for good, like a catalyst for real social change.
Absolutely. It's like he saw the bigger picture.
Yeah.
He understood that a company's success is tied to the well-being of its employees, its communities, the world as a whole. It wasn't just about profits, it was about purpose.
And that purpose was woven into the very fabric of the Taka Group. He didn't shy away from investing in initiatives that benefited society, even if they didn't offer immediate financial returns.
Like the Tata Trusts, for example. They've been so important in improving education, healthcare, and tackling poverty across India. And his focus on sustainable business practices, things like renewable energy and responsible manufacturing, that was way ahead of its time. He understood that taking care of the environment was critical for long-term success for both business and the planet.
Yeah, it's like he was operating on a totally different level, seeing business as a way to build a better future for everyone, not just a select few. That perspective is becoming more common now with things like social entrepreneurship and corporate social responsibility.
He was a pioneer, for sure. Remember that moving story we talked about, his response to the 26/11 Mumbai attacks? He didn't just offer money, he actually connected with families of the victims, offered comfort and support during such a horrific time.
That act of compassion really got to me. It showed that his commitment to social responsibility wasn't just some corporate strategy. It was deep down a part of who he was.
It makes you think, right? How many other business leaders would have gone that extra mile, gone beyond what was expected to offer that level of human connection?
It really says a lot about his character, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. He understood that true leadership is about empathy, compassion, service to others, not just about making a profit.
Okay, so the video also goes into Tata's personal philosophy. And there's this quote that I just love. None can destroy iron, but its own rust can. Likewise, none can destroy a person but his own thoughts.
So profound, right?
Yeah.
It highlights how powerful our mindsets are and the impact our thoughts and attitudes have on our lives. It's like we often become our own worst enemies, letting self-doubt and negativity hold us back.
It makes me think about how important self-awareness is and building a positive mental attitude, especially when things get tough. It's about focusing on our own inner strength and resilience instead of letting outside stuff control how we feel.
And, this philosophy seems to be reflected in how he carried himself. Despite his massive success and wealth, he comes across as incredibly grounded and humble. Remember those stories about him living in a simple apartment and waiting for taxis? It's like he's intentionally avoiding all those fancy trappings of wealth and status.
Yeah, like he's saying, my worth isn't tied to my possessions or my social standing. It's a powerful message, especially in a world that often equates success with material wealth. It makes me want to rethink my own definition of success and what really matters.
Me too. It's a reminder that real fulfillment comes from within, from aligning our actions with our values and finding purpose beyond just chasing material things. And speaking of values, there's another story in the video that I found really interesting. It's about a young entrepreneur who went to Tata for funding.
Oh, I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
So this entrepreneur had a really promising business idea, but didn't have the money to get it going.
Oh,
He managed to get a meeting with Tata and pitched his idea with so much enthusiasm and passion.
and what did Tata say? Did he invest?
Well, the video doesn't actually say if he invested or not, but what it does highlight is the advice Tata gave this young guy. He said, don't chase money. Chase your passion and the money will follow.
Wow, that's such a simple but profound piece of advice. It really speaks to the importance of following your heart, pursuing what you believe in, even if it doesn't seem like the most profitable path at first.
Exactly. It's about aligning your work with your passion, your purpose. And I think that's a major takeaway from Tata's own life. He didn't just build companies, he built institutions that reflected his values and contributed to the greater good.
Yeah, it's a powerful reminder that success has many layers. It's not just about making money, it's about having a positive impact on the world, staying true to your values, and following a path that aligns with your passion.
It's about building a legacy that goes beyond yourself.
Yeah.
A legacy that inspires others and makes a real difference in the world.
It really makes you think about what kind of legacy we all want to leave behind, right?
Yeah.
What will people remember us for? What will be our contribution to the world? These are questions worth thinking about as we continue exploring Ratan Tata's incredible life.
For sure. And as we go into the final part of our deep dive, we'll explore these themes of legacy impact and the power of values-driven leadership even further.
As we wrap up our deep dive into Ratan Tata's world, it's incredible how his story really changes how we think about success. It's not just about the billions or the business empire, it's about the lives he's touched.
I agree. This video has really emphasized that his legacy goes far beyond the corporate world. It's about the values he lived by the risks he took, and that unwavering belief he had in the power of business to do good in the world.
Remember that story about Tata personally stepping in to sell the Indica car when sales were down? He could have easily passed that off to someone else, but no, he went out there himself, showed real leadership and a genuine commitment to his product and his team.
It reminds us that true leadership isn't about sitting back and giving orders. It's about being in the trenches, engaged and ready to work alongside everyone. It's about leading by example and inspiring those around you.
And then there's the Tata Nano, his dream of creating an affordable car for ordinary Indian families.
Yeah, it faced its share of obstacles and didn't quite hit all its initial targets, but it still shows his bold vision and his dedication to improving people's lives. It's a perfect example of how even the most ambitious projects can hit some bumps in the road. What's important is having the guts to chase those dreams, learn from the setbacks, and keep pushing the boundaries. It's all about challenging the status quo and striving for a brighter future.
And let's not forget about his incredible philanthropy. Donating 65% of his wealth to the Tata Trusts, supporting so many social causes, that just shows his belief that true success is about making a real difference in the world.
It shows that he understood the responsibility that comes with wealth and privilege. It wasn't about holding on to all that money. It was about using his resources to empower others and make a positive impact that lasts.
It's a lesson we can all learn from no matter how much money we have. It's about realizing that we all have something to offer to make the world a better place, whether it's our time, our skills, or our resources.
Tata's story is a powerful reminder that success isn't just one thing. It's not just about making money. It's about the impact we have on people, the values we stand by, and the legacy we leave behind.
His legacy is all about innovation, compassion, and a deep commitment to social responsibility. He's shown us that it's possible to achieve huge success in business while being dedicated to making the world a better place.
It's truly inspiring, isn't it? He set a high standard for us, all challenged us to think about our own values, our contributions, and the kind of mark we want to leave on the world.
So as we finish our deep dive into Ratan Tata's world, I want to leave you with this. What kind of legacy do you want to build? What actions can you take today to live by your values and make a real difference?
It's a question worth thinking about. We hope you've been as inspired by Ratan Tata's story as we have. Keep exploring, keep learning, and keep working to make a positive impact on the world around you.